and welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and welcome back to a Fairy Spring Collab 24. This week we are working on signatures. So we finished our journal cover. It's nice and dry now. It's beautiful. So this isn't bound in yet. So I'm going to remove the plastic layer here, and we're going to work about putting signatures in these 3 sections. Okay, but you might have only one signature, that's fine. But I'm going to basically doing the same things to each signature. So my first idea for the signatures is, here's my first one. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side, and I have done torn edges. Okay, I've done torn edges and it looks really fabulous. I just really love it. It's very organic looking. And I didn't even ink the edges. You might want to ink the edges if that's the look that you like, but I did not feel the need to do that. But the way I did it was, well, see, you have with, I think this is Karin's kit. With these type pages, there's a border around them. So instead of just cutting them, I decided to tear them. And I do have a tearing ruler. And I'm gonna just measure this border real quick, just so you know how much I'm tearing off on each side. So it's about a little over 1/4 inch on that side, and it's about, let's say, 5/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. And then these are half an inch and about 3/8 of an inch. So I know that's like a little, they're all different on each side. So this one, the top was a 1/4 of an inch. This was 5/8 of an inch. This was half an inch. And this was 3/8 of an inch. And the reason I'm doing that, and I mean, because you have the place where you need to tear that border right there. I will tell you why I need that in just a moment. So I'm gonna do this one. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tearing ruler, and I'm gonna use this smaller side. I don't want these big chunky tears. I'm gonna lay that along there. Hold that down firmly and tear that off, okay? And then you'll want to, and you could actually do this with a regular ruler too. You don't need to have a tearing ruler. It just won't be as choppy. I'm gonna turn this around this way. So don't think you need a tearing ruler for this. You can just use a plain old ruler, okay? So you still have a torn edge, it's just not as raggedy as the ones I have. And then I'll just go ahead and use this one to tear these. Okay, so this one was an easy one to tear, right? So then if we want to have, so my second idea is to alternate the pages in these kits, okay? So because they really work well together, I decided to go ahead and alternate the pages in my signature so that I have a little of each, and I don't want it to look completely the same. I want variety in my journal. So the reason I said that is the reason I made those measurements was you can, because this doesn't have a border, so you can tear those measurements off, or you can use this as a template. Okay, so you can just use this and then use the tearing ruler along there. But to show you, I'm gonna do this side. This side was 3/8 of an inch. So I would just come back 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. And what you want to do for next week is save these pieces that you've torn, okay? Do not throw them away. Keep them. Gonna need them, okay? I'm gonna do something fun with them. We don't like to waste paper, do we? Always trying to find something to do with those scraps. This side was 1/2 inch. And this side was 5/8 of an inch. Okay. Actually, it looks crooked. There we go. Okay, so now our pages are the same size. Okay, so that is the first two ideas, is to do the torn edges and to alternate the pages from each kit. So I'll show you what I have. Okay, I have, this is, I hope I do not get this backwards. I believe this is Stacy's kit. And then on the back I have Karin. Stacy, Karin, Stacy. No. Okay, I have Stacy, Karin's, Stacy. And then I think, yeah, I did Stacy here and Karin here. Stacy, Karin, Stacy, Karin, and Stacy. Okay, so I alternated those pages, and now I'm going to go ahead and fold these in half. My bone folder. Okay, so now we've got these beautiful pages that really work well together with these beautiful torn edges. Make it I think it makes it look fairy-ish and very organic and lovely. So I'm going to add some things to my signature, so it's not just these papers, okay? So the first thing I want to add is book page. So I got this this book from a thrift shop a little while ago, and I was waiting for the right opportunity to use it. So it's A Flower Fairy's Treasury by Cicely Mary Barker, and it's got these beautiful large, like looks like watercolor paintings of different fairies and their song or poem. So I definitely wanted to add these to this journal. Of course, these pages are way too big. So how am I going to deal with that? So what I'm going to do, if your page is too big, so if I just cut it off, you know, if I just cut it off, it would cut off half of the picture, which is not what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna open this up and I'm going to fold it a little bit beyond the edge of the painting. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, except I'm gonna fold back where this crease is. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna fold it back and line up the edge of the pages. So the next thing I wanna do is make sure that, well, actually I'm gonna cut off this section here. Okay, I'm gonna cut that piece off. And then I want to cut off the top, and I'm gonna cut down here under the cornflower fairy title. And make sure that is not too large. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now how do we put this in our signature, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna flip these back around, okay? And then I'm gonna glue this together. Okay, I'm just gonna glue this. There are several ways you could put this in there. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this in here. Okay, and now I'm going to refold that. Okay, refolded that, and now I'm going to turn this. You could leave it as 2 pages added to your signature, but I'm actually going to turn this into a pocket. Okay, so I'm going to put this in. I want this cornflower fairy to be right in here, okay? So I want that to be like that because I want this on the blue side. So I'm going to go ahead, and I don't want this yellow fairy and yellow and white fairy in the blue section. So I'm going to make that a pocket. That would bug me endlessly to have a yellow and white fairy in my blue section. I know that's ridiculous, but it's just how I am. So we are going to have our cornflower. We're going to have this Song of the Silver Birch Fairy, and then we're going to have our cornflower fairy on the back. Okay, so that is how that one will be added to the signature. And then when you get to this side, you can actually add things to over top of this or onto it, which we're going to show. I'll show you in next week when we do embellishments. So the next thing I want to add to this signature is right here. I have these smaller book pages that will fit. This is just like a small keepsake book, and I'm trying to decide which one that I want in here. I'm gonna cover those. I think those look good, but which one do I want? I think, well, let me see what they're gonna look like next to the other pages. Okay, so this one, I like that it looks very happy, but then I've got this black on the back, which I'll have to completely cover. And then I've got these birds, which are next to birds here, and just some words there. So that's not bad. And then this one, I like it, looks very serene, these rocks here. And then I think, but really that's all I really like on that one. So I think I'm gonna go with the Happy Meadow here. But again, it is too big, too wide. So I'm gonna cut off, let's see, about, I'm gonna cut off about 1 inch. Okay. So then I wonder, yeah, because I might want to put like something there that would be decorative. So I'm going to add that like that. Okay, so I've got a small book page from a keepsake book. So then I'm going to come to this page and I'm going to put right in the center. I had a notebook that was full of it was like rainbow order of just these pages. So I thought this would be, it was bound in a way that I could just pull it, cut the threads and take it apart. So I have these pages, these folded signatures like intact. So I'm gonna add this right into my middle section here, okay? And let me show you, if you don't know how to take apart a book to keep the signature intact, let me show you how to do this. So I have my Flower Fairies treasury here, and you can see that it is sewn in. Okay, you can't do this with the books that have a glued binding. These are sewn in signatures. So I'm going to come to, a lot of these are already pulled out. Okay, so let me see here. You can see, let me see here. You see how I can pull that apart? Okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and I'm going to come up under and cut the threads. And sometimes they just pop like that. Okay, so then I have these pages that I can just now pull apart as full signature pages, okay? It's really that easy. So you don't have to take out a full page, like tear it out and then fold it in half so it's sideways. I hate when I have to do that. So I love when I can just take apart the signature and have it the way that I want it. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my second signature. This one's my purple one, and I'll show you the pages I used. This one's Karin's, Stacy's, Karin's, Stacy's, Karin's, Stacy's, Karin's, Stacy's, Karin's, and Stacy's. Okay, just alternated front and back there. I'm gonna fold this in half. Okay, so for this signature, I'm going to go ahead and add an envelope to this signature. And I'm just going to use this tab to attach it. And I kind of want, I don't want to hide my images too much. So I'm not gonna put it in the middle like this because I don't want to hide her. I'm gonna put it down here so that I can still see this fairy and the edge of this here. And then this page, I'm gonna add another of these. We're gonna do a little something different with this one. So I'm gonna first cut this down. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before, and I'm going to fold this where I want the edge of the page to be. I'm gonna fold this back along the crease and then fold it back to the edge of the page. Okay, so now I have got this piece like this. Instead of turning it back like we did before and making this where we're going to sew it into the signature, I'm going to keep it like this. And and obviously I can't sew it in like that. So, because there's no place to do that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this envelope and I'm going to glue it into here so that this becomes the other side of the page, okay? So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to add my glue. And I'm going to add it to the other side too, just because there is going to be that, it's going to have that on top of it. So I need to add some adhesive on this side as well. So I'm going to place my envelope. Make sure I have it lined up in the middle. I'll make sure it closes properly. Okay, so now I'm going to add that here. And now I have this fairy here. Now, again, I'm not fond of all this orange in my purple section, so I will probably cover that with something or make this a pocket. We'll come to that when we do embellishing, but I'll probably cover that with something and turn that into a pocket. And then we have these poems here. Okay, the next thing I want to do is add a little bag. So a little paper bag. You can fold, take ones that are small and fold them in half and do it that way. I just happen to have these that I got from a subscription box. So I'm gonna go ahead and use just a tab on that to put it up here. Actually, I might put it, let me see where I want to put this. Because I don't really want to cover her up. I might actually do it this way. Put it at the bottom. Yeah, because I don't want to cover her up too much. So I'll probably put it there. And then on the next page, I'll add in another one of these. Because there's this bright green in with the purples, I'm going to add that. And I didn't have any more of my purple pages, so I'm going with green. And then I have my middle page, and then that matches that green. Got my little bag here and my envelope. And this I'll probably hide somehow, and that is that signature. And for my last signature, I went with pink. So that's another idea. You can choose a main color theme for each signature. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this one in half. And so here we have Stacy's, Karen's, Stacy's, Karen's. This one's Stacy's, Karen's, Stacy, Karin, and then this one's Karin, and then Stacy. All right, so for my third signature, I'm gonna add another envelope, but I'm gonna use a pink one. Just like this. I think that looks really cute against this pattern paper. And then I'm gonna skip these pages. Usually I put one on every other page or so, but I'm gonna skip all these and I'm gonna come to this page because I wanna break up this, like I had, so you know how I've had to alternate the style. I want to break up this style a little bit. So I'm going to use one of these keepsake book pictures and I need to cut that down about 1 inch. So I'm going to make a kind of layered effect. So that's another idea. So I'm going to start with this. This is going to be the shortest layer. And then I'm going to add a pink notebook page. Okay, so then we've got another layer there that's slightly taller. And then I'm going to put in, I think it's this fairy that I want to feature. So this is going to be my tallest page. So we're going to cut her down. And then we're going to do that same fold. I'll fold her in where I want the edge of the page to be. Fold this back and bring back this way. And then I need to cut off this piece. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is have this be a flip. I'm gonna put something to make that a flip. And then I'm gonna cut off this side. Okay. So then I'm gonna do the same thing as I did on the first one and turn these this way and glue that. So then I'll have these pages. Okay, and I'm not going to turn this one into a pocket because I really don't mind this lavender fairy there. I don't know which flower that is, but it's that lavender color. I don't, because her wings are lavender and her dress is kind of lavender, so I don't mind that being there. Just going to go ahead and glue this section together. And I'm going to fold it back and crease it. And then we're going to put that behind these other two. Okay, so then we have this layer effect. Just like this. Make sure it's all lined up in the middle. Okay, so then we have this That's really beautiful. Next to the pink, we've got our pink fairy, this lavender fairy here, and then we're going to have a flip right here. And then we're going to add something to this tab. Pink again. And then we've got our envelope back here. Okay, so we're going to put these into our journal. So my first section is my blue section. So again, let's go over the ideas. We've got torn edges, alternating styles. We've got large book pages and to make a pocket with them. We've got keepsake book pages, the smaller book pages. We've got notebooks taken apart, so just plain paper. We've got envelopes. We've got layering. We've got the large pages made into a flip and a couple pages here. And where's my other one? I think that is all the ideas there. So we're going to put these into our journal. So we've got our blue section first, and then my purple section, and then we've got my pink section. Okay, so it's a nice chunky journal. Okay, looks really beautiful. We'll stick this back into our clear layer until next week, when we'll be doing embellishments. We'll be embellishing one of these signatures that you can use those ideas to embellish the rest if you have 3. If not, and you just have 1, then you'll be one and done. Don't forget to follow the hashtag. Don't forget to join the Facebook groups and grab all the freebies. 21 freebies, guys. Don't miss out on that. All both the kits are 30% off to the end of April, and make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on those videos. Let me know down in the comments below which idea was your favorite, and I will see you again next week for embellishments. Have a great week, guys, and have fun.